Welcome everyone to the Urban Northwest channel. So happy to be back here again making videos. I'd like to thank everyone for hanging in there for my absence. Been really busy. Summertime came. Typically, I get really busy during the summertime. So for the most part, I am back. I'm actually really excited to do videos. Searching the YouTube channels and other YouTubers. I'm sorry, other YouTubers. They've been doing a lot of flashlight videos, and I'm feeling a little jealous or left out for the most part in the YouTube world. So let's make one. Mine's gonna be more about topics, about finding the right flashlight and costs for the most part. Not in too much detail. So you know the flashlights on the table here, a few of them were borrowed. Some of them actually belong to me, and some of them is kind of like just fell into my hands over time. But here goes. So you see on the table there's some expensive flashlights. There's no really expensive ones, but for the most part pretty pricey for a lot of us average people, you know, that typically don't make a lot of money. For the most part, here it goes. So we got this cheapo flashlight here. So it's the first topic is going to be Lumen powers. Uh, Lumen powers is just, what about just lumens in general? So how much lumens do you really need? Typically this is 1 lumen, right? If you go online, they'll tell you what the measurement of 1 lumen is. There's a mathematical type of how you say solution, or like a math to measure a lumen. So this is what, from my understanding, 1 candle power or 1 candela power. So well, there it goes, right? So that's 1 lumen. I could be wrong, so you know, leave it in the comments. Again, don't claim myself to be expert. Some of you guys are genius in regards to to flashlights, right? Finding the right flashlights. To be honest with you, I'll be okay with just this in the house. That's all you really need. Depending, of course, your situation, the task, the job, or even the mission that you're doing, right? So that's Lumen power, right? We got this little tiny one here, the ThruNite Ti3. That's fairly new, right? This Coast G19, got this at the store. And availability, right? So here, this is more of an inspection light. Some of these guys here don't have any batteries, because I had to take some out just to show you guys here, and plus I'm charging some as well. Now this PF01. This one is pretty neat. It has 3 modes. Right, and it's for actual application use. So this one here, check this out. So this is the, oops, how do you do this? See, still trying to get a hang of it. So that's the moonlight mode. I believe it's like half a lumen. This is really useful for, you know, nighttime use. If you don't want to wake anybody up in the tent or in the house, just looking around. But now you'll be like kind of like a weirdo mode in the house. My wife tells me that, it's like, you're weird. Why are you walking around the house with a flashlight? It's just what I do. I'm pretty sure some of you guys do the same thing. So you got the Fenix PD35, right? The Fenix PD35 is one of my personally owned flashlights. Had this one for quite some time. Use it for a lot of hiking and camping adventures. I put this diffuser in the front. It's just so high intensity, even though it's on the low setting on the lumens. I can't remember the lumen power, just because it's, you know, I just need some light. That's really all the application is. I need low light, I need high intensity light at times, and of course every application, every situation is different. Look at this one here. This is the P12. This is the NITECORE. This one here is not mine. This is borrowed for this video purpose, right? This the Army Tech. This is pretty neat. This one here has a head strap. Here it is. Head strap you can connect it to. think it's about like $100, right? And also we're gonna talk about cost, right? The cost of everything here. So this one here's a cheapo eBay flashlight, or I think it was like an Amazon flashlight. You might have seen this on when you guys are searching for flashlights, trying to figure out which best flashlights to get. So I took this out on one trip, and it worked perfectly fine. So it rained on us, and this was in my pocket, and it got soaked. So for the most part, I don't want to downgrade it. I mean, it's a cheapo flashlight. It feels flimsy. The clip is like, I don't know, the clip, like, it won't hang on. It won't hang on to your pants. But for the actual use, we were just hiking. There's no tactical needs or anything like that. It's just, you just need light. And this is pretty cool because look, you have settings on it. This will go to my actual one of my first flashlights. You can go to like a wide mode here, or you can go to a further throw. The throw power is based on your lumen power, from my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But here you go. See, it's pretty neat. It has like a square type of feel to it. Look, that's the I'm guessing that's the LED. Pretty neat, right? You can, yeah, there you go. You can actually see the LED right there. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. But yeah, so that's the cheapo flashlight. That was like, I think like $3. Or no, I think like $8 for two, something like that. And it came with a charger. Came with a charger. I can't remember if it came with batteries or not. And you got the EA4, the Pioneer. This one's pretty neat. More on the heavy side, comparable to the to the 18650 batteries. The the two of these, right? You use two 18650 batteries. This one here uses 4 AA's, so disposable and rechargeable AA's, really depending what you're getting. But this is cool. I think this one here is fairly popular. If you're into this side clicker, if you're one of those guys that like to go like that with your thumb, it's pretty cool. You can also go like this, yeah. But if I'll go like this, I'll like go like that. You're here on the back button type of deal. Or you can go to something a little bit bigger, like this one right here. It's the Olight M3 XS UT. So the Javelot, I think they call it. Yeah, Javelot. I'm probably saying that wrong. But this one here has no batteries. I don't think so. Damn, that's okay. But yeah, this one here will light up the area. I'm talking about 1,200 lumens. But 1,200 lumens for only about 5 minutes or so, 4 or 5 minutes, and that's on its first click. So if it's just slapped it on the battery, you put it on 1,200 lumens, that's what you get for 5 minutes. So if you've been messing around with the other modes, I think the other modes are like 600 or like 100 lumens, and you've been using that. So when your burn time on 1,200 will be a lot less, of course, right? Yeah, it's basic knowledge there. But for the most part, that's what you get for this one here. So, and this has throw. I think it has a little bit of a flood mode on the lower lumens, but yeah. So that's pretty neat. I like this here. How much do you really need, right? What I use is Moonlight. I never use turbo. 100 lumens. That's probably what I only need for the practical use. And that comes to the second topic here, practical use. My practical use for this is depending on what the task is for. Some of you guys have missions. Some of you guys are more like tactical feel, emergency tasks, right? So I guess to be prepared is to have some type of flashlight. In a pinch, to be honest with you, this one will work. This little cheapo, no name, don't know where it came from flashlight. This one will work, right? I would prefer to have maybe a Fenix PD35, right? It's like 900 plus lumens, I think almost 1,000. Each year they, for some reason, the LEDs, they get better every year, so it's pretty cool. The same one that you buy last year, just based on lumens, will get better just due to the LEDs. So that's pretty neat that the companies are doing that nowadays. Standards, standards. No one buys this anymore, unfortunately. This one here has the LED update. Upgrade or update, yeah. So it's pretty cool. Just had to be in the mix, but you're not going to get any more Lumen power off of this. This is 2 AA's. They're called a mini mag, by the way, if some of you guys haven't ever seen one of these before. Because these are getting kind of old. You should probably go see it in the store still. They use the old bulbs. But not too much detail here. Again, for flashlight topic, practical use, right? It depends really what you're using it for. So what third topic is what I use it for is I go fishing, right? So when I go fishing, I typically just need something like this little coast. I believe this is like 100, like maybe 50 or 100 lumens. Again, I don't know the lumen powers on these here. I know I should, but for the most part, light is light. So I really don't care how many lumens, to be honest with you, as long as I get some type of light. And of course, in practical use, I won't be having moonlight mode. In regards to trying to light up the area. This will not work. This will work more like in a tent and more of a quiet or a darker environment, right? What else? Camping, right? Camping, of course, everybody brings flashlight from camping. You'd be crazy not to bring a flashlight. But typically when I go camping and I stage this up here, I bring this guy. This one here has like, I don't know, a lot of lumens. And it goes like a 360 type of feel. So that's my flashlight, or that's my light when I go camping. I use that a lot. And it has a low setting mode too as well. Tons of batteries. Use tons of batteries. So for cost and value, I guess you can add it up to that. Hiking. Of course, hiking. When I go hiking, I typically want to carry something light. Of course, lightweight is the theme of hiking. Really depending on how much weight you want to carry. It's your weight to burden, so if you want to carry a 80-pound backpack, that's on you, man. If you want to carry a 20-pound backpack, more kudos to you. But for the most part, if you travel in a group, 80-pound backpack versus a 20-pound backpack, and depending on the capabilities of the group, you might want to carry lightweight because you might be on the trail long, or maybe short, who knows, right? So, but yeah, this is what I typically would want to use, this coast. Again, back to this type of flashlight here. I have been bringing this out for hiking. Right? Have not used the diffuser for the most part in hiking applications. And this is actually a bottle cap. Look at that. You guys are welcome if you feel free to use this upgrade or this hack, life hack, right? And it works out. Check this out, see? I like it. So, what else? Car work. Car work. Again, I'll work with this one here. This one is actually called like a coast inspection light. So, I guess it's designed for actual work. Car work, maybe, engineering work, electrical work, those type of things too as well. So, last topic, and maybe one of the most important topics, versus lumen power, right, is costs. How much does everything cost? On this table here alone is probably maybe about $500, 6, 7, depending, right? So it's not a lot of money, to be honest with you, with the lumens that you're getting. You just have to pick the right one. Sometimes you could get a bundle deal as well. So I would recommend get the bundle deal with the charger. I just happen to have this NITECORE charger around. And there's some other plug-in-the-wall chargers. And battery replacements, 18650, AA's, AAA's, availability at a pinch, if you need some AA's, you can get it to just about everywhere, right? If you need 18650, or CR123s, sometimes good luck in trying to find that, right? Can almost guarantee you go to the gasoline station or corner store, they'll have probably AA's or AAA's in there. So just based on your application. And if you never go hiking at all, or you don't do any tactical use, you just want in-house type of deal, right? For those those occasional blackouts, during that time of the season, or maybe just around the house in general, going to the shed. The most I'll do is probably this. You know, I mean, how much light do you need to go to the shed? You know, if you don't go to the shed and you're out there for a while, just bring this, right? You'll probably be better off this, because pretty sure you're at the shed, you'll need 2 hands, right? Or maybe install just a light at the shed, you know, for some of you guys. Cost versus quality. Quality is, I guess, is where it all comes down to. Quality and practical use, right? I hike in the rain, so a lot of the times, a lot of my gear must be somewhat waterproof. So of course, waterproof is to a certain extent, and how you actually apply that water resistant or waterproof capability that item has, right? So I mean, there's that, there's IPX rating, drop ratings, those type of things too as well. So I guess those will come with quality on cost. So you might be paying more if you want that type of feature. I can guarantee you this is not waterproof, right? It's not waterproof. This one here is waterproof, the RedLine. I know this is waterproof because I laundried this thing. This was only 30 bucks. This is one of my first flashlights, by the way, and it's still going. I'm really digging the adjustable beam, because you don't have to bring multiple flashlights. You know, you bring this one for throw, right, and then you bring something like this for more of like a flood feel, right? But yeah, that's just me. Just me. I could be wrong, but again, it's just flashlights, really basics to it, right? Brand, cost versus brand. Man, that's a biggie one. There's hundreds of types of flashlights out there on the brand that you want to buy. It's kind of like what the vibe is right now, you know, online. What's the most top seller, the most reliable, the one that gets the most airtime, I guess, right? So, you know, there's a lot of brands on the table that you see here. There's some really cheap ones, no name ones, right? You got the old school mini mags, right? Maglite, they call them, right? So it's really up to you what brand you want to go with. I personally don't really care as much, as long as it has the quality and the lumens that I need for that practical use. Again, I do fishing. I have a fishing trip coming by here soon. I do squidding at night, so I'm going to be having a flashlight. I'm not gonna bring this, most definitely. Heck no, I'm not gonna bring this. Right? I'll probably bring this one here, the ThorFire, right, and maybe this Fenix. This Fenix probably won't get no action at all, because I'm gonna put it in this little holster right here. This is just in case I need more lumens. That's it. If you're wondering, this is the NITECORE holster for flashlights and other holsterable type of deal. This type of shape, yeah. Longevity. Can you pass it on, you know, to your kids? Will it last, you know, to test of time? Yes, it will. The LED for the most part will last. Of course, the battery does need to be replaced. It really depends on how you take care of your stuff. So, you know, if you drop it a lot or you break it, you know, some of these guys here have a lifetime warranty. Back to this Coast. This Coast has a lifetime warranty. I'm pretty sure through the company, but based on the quality, it's not all so great. But when something puts on lifetime warranty, right, it kind of speaks a lot that they are backing up their product. But let's see, you know, over time, the use, cost versus use. Back to the use again, right? Practical use. Would you want to spend, I think it's like 150 bucks, right? 1,200 lumens, right? And you're in your house trying to fix something, right? I don't know if you guys work on cars or anything in general. Typically, you want something a little bit low light, not too high beam, because whatever you're shining on will reflect back to you. It'll actually make it hard for you to work. That's my eyes. I work on cars once in a while. I'm not no great mechanic, but every now and then, you know, I'm under the car, and for the most part, I don't know if you can probably squeeze this under the car, but what you're working on won't be the best. And you know, the features, modes, you know, the features, like this thing has a magnet on it. Let me see. Of course, I have nothing to magnetize. See, look, this thing has a magnet on it. I think this Army Tech has a magnet on it also. Yeah, this one here actually stays on my refrigerator. Does that make sense? Right, put it on the refrigerator. Blackouts, right? Blackouts. This Army Tech, you could probably do that too. This one here. This one will stay like in the lamp area somewhere. Those are the only two that has magnets on there from if I can recall. How do you carry it? You know, the features. Holster, look at this. I don't know. Would you want that on your waist? Right? Or would you want something like this on your waist? This has every time something breaks, right? It's not on video, but that's okay. However, you know, it's all about the right timing, right? But yeah, thanks for tuning in to the Urban Northwest channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.